Okay, you can run, but you'll just die tired. Hank Zzbynx, the last detective at the end of the world, learned the art of killing in the second-to-last war. Maybe he'd always known. His memories are all jumbled up.
When you're in Psychops, that's what they do to you. Take your mind and body and soul, program you to do their dirty work. On your discharge, they give it back to you, minus a few parts.
In the end times, killing people was just about the only work left for Private Eye, and Hank was perpetually employed exterminating the worst of all bad men.
There's always another rotten son of a bitch who needs killing.
He wakes up, walking down the street, trying to clear his head.
He remembers the wind howling like a gut-shot dog, buildings falling down, sinking into the pavement. He remembers feeling relieved.
I was thinking, well, this is it. The last squawks of an imploding planet. Good riddance. And then the world ended. But then it didn't. It was a hallucination, a warp in time or something. Fuck, I don't know.
He is haunted by the ghost of Marilyn Monroe, a goddess of love on a toxic, dying planet.
I'm here for you, Hank. Waiting for you, baby.
He squeezes the sides of his skull with hands that have taken the lives of a good many bad men, but the image won't leave. He can smell her, taste her. No monkey business there, you guys. He's here, she's nowhere.
I'm walking past a vacant lot. Dirt and rubble tangled with a forest of weeds as tall as trees.
The bear comes out of nowhere. It's a grizzly bear, 4 feet wide, 8 feet tall, mouth the size of a garage door. Tombstone teeth with this rocks and spit and red hot lava.
Scares the fuck out of him.
I fire 4 or 5 times, and then everything goes gray and full of sparks. Ricochet in my eyes. I blink, and the bear's gone. Like he was never there. No blood, no scat, nothing.
Hank's detour had taken him over the border into Southtown. Southtown had a reputation for being rough. Random murder kind of rough. Cannibalism, dismemberment, that kind of rough.
Alligators showed up about a year ago, sunbathing by the East River like hungover conventioneers from Murder, Inc.
This is the first time Hank has heard of grizzly bears in the city, even in Southtown. Resourceful creatures, they found their way up the sewer lines, following the scent of fresh meat.
Hank walks faster now.
Broadway Boulevard used to be all lit up. Moneytown, Sextown, now it's Murderville. Might as well follow the railroad tracks. I can feel the vibration through the soles of my boots. Funny, the world has jumped off a cliff, but trains and buses are still running.
Parking garage, sunrise, trying to breathe through the clouds. Hank remembers something.
About a year ago, a contract on a bankster. I caught up with him on level 3. The bankster makes me and does a rabbit, rolls under a car, drops to the next rank, scrambles. I know why they run when they do it, but it always pisses me off. I give him the usual warning. It goes like this. Do yourself a favor, shitbird. You can run, but you'll just die tired.
The bankster ran down the streets and alleys, making all the mistakes all amateurs make. Hank stuck to him like superglue, a human smart bomb.
Up on the train platform, I throw a 45 slug at him. Arterial blood, red as a crayon, sprays from the bankster's right thigh. On his back, limbs flopping, a dying cockroach. I feel the corroded artery, heart still thumping away. I tell the guy, listen, I'd give you time to say your prayers or whatever, but there's somewhere I gotta be.
I got buttloads of money and we can make a deal.
I got a rule for this situation.
What's that?
The first part is, you don't talk to dead men.
The bankster looked disappointed.
The second part is, you put 3 more to the back of the head, then you go get the rest of your money.
The bankster only hears the first part.
So, anyway.
I sprint down there to the next alley, and the bear is gone.
And then he isn't. A giant presence, and the sound you never ever want to hear again. Like a box of rocks at the bottom of the world, filling the space like a cork
my gun until I realized the clip was empty, and either every shot missed or they only succeeded in pissing off the bear.
He runs. Like a motherfucker, he runs. Oh, well, that's not sorry. Red on the sun and the horizon like an open wound.
The bear on all fours now. An efficient eating machine, gobbling up the space between the mouth and the meal.
One night, during my first week in Afghanistan, rebel insurgents overran the camp. Killed everybody in the barracks but me and 2 others. We pretended dead. When the killers go to the next tent, we run for the hills. Running in the desert. No gun, no water. Scared shitless.
Hank runs harder now.
Mainly, it's the idea of being eaten alive.
I need a barrier. Something to slow the bear down so I can reload. But there's nothing. Just the horizontal and the vertical. It's like looking for a shady spot on the moon.
The bear opens his mouth. Broken thunder. Sweat and joy and sex and eating are all the same to him.
I pull the extra magazine from my coat pocket. But turns out the empty clip is still in the gun. I stumble on my own feet and drop the extra one. Fuck!
An abandoned department store. Down a dead escalator. Tearing back through old department store. Colliding with a forest of limbs and torsos, clothes racks and mannequins. Mannequins stripped naked, standing around posing, genuflecting with a grace rarely seen in their human counterparts.
Grizzly bear close behind, mowing it all down.
I throw shit at him. Mannequin arms, legs, heads, anything I can grab.
He makes it outside, running blind, one animal chasing the other.
I fall down next to a metal pipe. Smash it. Smash his head in the head. Catch him in the head. Again.
Black dagger claws slash their soft belly. Hot intestines, salty.
On my knees, swinging that pipe as hard as I can.
Massive padding of feet and muscle. Growl like an industrial meat grinder.
He flings the pipe, breaks free, crosses the street, fire escape, boots banging on metal steps, thunder, fat drops of acid rain.
Bear coming on strong.
Running on the rooftop, a black tar paper plane dotted with dead birds.
Rope bridge. Next building. Upstairs to a landing. The gateway a clot of razor wire. Slashed, but unslowed.
More thunder. The building shakes.
Train coming. Memory a slap to the face. He was hunting the bankster, that bastard, like a plague, running down the same streets and alleys, up the fire escape, across the rooftops, onto this platform.
Like the bear now follows him.
2 sets of railroad tracks. They're running alongside them. Blood orange sun coming up. These are the last days. Nothing left to do, nowhere to go.
Limbs ripped from their sockets, flesh ripped from their own, eyeballs pop like sucked down like oysters.
One day when Hank was little, his father finally showed up at the house and asked if his mother really tried to drown him in the bathtub. He wouldn't answer the man. Never trusted that guy.
Lightning brings focus.
Train sound, bear growl, thunder. The bear is louder.
So I cross over the track to the right to see what happens.
Sorry, the bear's light went out. Running over the railroad ties, ground shoved between tracks. But the bear follows every move.
Now I'll switch back to the left side.
The bear sticks behind him.
I always keep a few loose rounds in my pocket. If bear stumbles, I'll have a chance to load. But 1 or 2 shots won't be enough to bring this motherfucker down.
Running, railroad tracks skewering the rising sun, ground shaking.
Okay, here it is. The train coming. But which track is it on?
Boots flying, avalanche of bear paws. Murder seeks murder. Path of 20,000 pounds of rolling steel.
Back to the right, then the left, then right. The bear will stumble and the train will hit him. More lethal than a bullet.
Boots pound the train coming, leather paws hammering, cannonballs. Banquet, whisper, away!
train diesel thunder, tracks rattling, Hank's lungs inside out.
Here we go! One more jump!
Train oblivion. Hank rolls left, bones banging hard. Train a solid line now. No bear.
No fucking bear. This bread is golden. No fucking bear. Fuck you, you goddamn killer! Fuck you, you goddamn bear!
So he rises slowly, waiting for the train to pass. What will 1 ton of shredded bear guts look like?
I remember something now. When I was little, watching cop shows on my mother's TV, when they still had TV, when my mother wasn't in jail. Anyway, one of the hard-boiled police detective shows, maybe it was Kojak, he used to say,
some days the bear eats you, and some days you eat the bear.
fuck you, you goddamn bear.
The last car blurs past. There is no blood, no guts, or flesh, or fur on the tracks. Nothing.
One thin second of wonder, one giant grumble, the sound of primordial snort, rattling, gums as black as tires, growl that encourages passing clouds to move the fuck on, mind in their own business. The bear isn't even breathing heavy. Jaws falling open. There goes up and bristle like a giant hard-on.
I'm fumbling for the bullets. I got one. I drop it.
A rumble from the bear's chest, like a mine shaft collapse. Massive torso rolling from side to side. He steps onto the steel rail.
So I claw for another one and drop that one too, pawing the ground for it. Come on, come on, come on!
The ground rumbling, fingering the bullet into the breech. Bear crossing the next rail, bright flash, a curtain of steel, making a scenery change. Another train, opposite direction.
The train just now reaching the bear on the back like the fucking finger of a giant hand of a giant machine. Bear spinning. Motion. Bullet. Dropped to the ground like a ton of dirty laundry. Head flopping sideways. Feet twitches. A river of bear piss. And then finality.
The train, now on its way to another town. Everything quiet and small.
Daylight. Back on street level. A yellow cab pulls over. Hank knows the driver, a dope and gun courier named Lars.
Drop me off at the morgue. I need a shot of rye whiskey. Hell, I need 19 shots of rye whiskey.
On the way, he uses the first aid kit in the cab to patch up his wounds. Lars has a charge for the bandages, but the tetanus shot is extra. Hank feels drained and really hungry.
I feel like I could eat a 24-ounce steak every day until the end of the world, even if it's 6 weeks from now, which is highly fucking doubtful. But here at the ass end of history, that kind of indulgent eating is a real fantasy, even for a rich and powerful man.
Biff, the bartender, sees him coming, has a shot of rye whiskey waiting for him by the time that Hank sits down at the bar. He drinks it down. Whiskey is red as the eye of the devil. He nods for another.
Biff, you got any room in your walk-in cooler?
Hell yeah, Hank. This used to be the city morgue, remember? I got room to put a couple of elephants in there.
I don't need that much. Just enough for a good-sized bear.
And that's the end of chapter 3. Thank you. Our Gravedigger Blues players, Mona Pitts, woo! David Fox, woo! John D. Graham. Yeah. I'm Jesse Sublett, and this bear dies hard.